Well, practice has gone well. We're excited about this season. Obviously, as everyone knows, we lost three seniors, three of our top four scorers last year. Those three played a pivotal part in our success last year. But we're excited about this team. We got some good veterans coming back with some experience, and we've got some newcomers coming in that we're going to have to rely on some heavy minutes on. But we're excited about those newcomers. There's 4 freshmen and 2 transfers, and then the experience we have coming back from last year. So we're gonna have to blend in a lot of good things. But practices have gone well. I really like the chemistry and the character of this group this year for 2015 to 2016, and they've been working hard. I think we've been a little bit too inconsistent in practice at times, but that's going to help, or that's going to happen with a youthful team or with integrating 6 new bodies in there. So I love the way that these kids compete, and we obviously have a tough schedule. We're going to be thrown into the fire early, but that's going to definitely prepare us for Conference USA battle, and our goal is to get in there and make some noise in Conference USA. So again, we're excited about this season. I think we've got great character, and we look forward to getting started on November 13th officially.
Coach, is it too early to tell how good this team can be? What do you think? How good can your ball club be this year?
Yeah, I challenge them. They can be as good as they want to be, in my opinion. It is too early to judge because I think there's still so many unknowns out there. I think that, obviously with the veteran returners coming back, we know what we're going to get, but we got to see what kind of grit and what kind of toughness. It's always what kind of toughness our new guys will have. But, it's always a challenge coming from high school to this level of basketball, or junior college coming to this level of basketball. And practices are, I don't want to say easy, but they're not throwing them into the fire. We do everything we can to make sure they're not easy. The practices aren't easy. But, again, there's just too many unknowns out there right now, Jerry. But I do know what we're going to get from our veteran guys, and hopefully we'll get better than even what I'm expecting from our returning guys. So the sky's the limit. It could go either way. I think with this tough schedule, I think that they're going to have to probably fight through some adversity early that is going to teach them a lot about themselves and what they want from this team.
Opening your first 4 on the road, is that kind of the message that you guys are going to have to learn quick on the job here?
Well, yeah, that's definitely a message for sure. But, it's an opportunity to get there and get on the road and get in a tournament. I felt like trying to get into an exempt tournament was going to be able to give us 31 games to schedule instead of 29. And with a youthful team, I felt like that it was the right thing to do to try to throw them into the fire and get them ready. But also, yeah, it's going to send a message. There's no doubt. It's no joke. There's a lot of travel with it. It's kind of like a little NBA schedule in November. But it's fun. You got to get in there and you got to mix it up and you got to get ready to roll.
Coach, can you explain that a little bit, the exempt tournament and the rules that apply there? I mean, you say it allows you to play, a couple extra regular seasons?
It allows you to schedule 31 games where you can play a 31-game schedule instead of a 29-game schedule. And the MTE tournament is a 4-game tournament. And it's part of at Creighton and at Clemson. And then we'll go to Vegas right before Thanksgiving and play 2 games there at the MGM. So those 4 games are all together.
And you felt like that would be a good thing given the number of new faces, young players that are coming in this year?
Yeah. I mean, the teams aren't easy, but I felt like it is. They're going to have to fight through it. There's 2 ways you can go. You can go up or you can go down, and we'll see what they got.
You have a couple of games on national television this season. How important is it for this program to have those kind of high-profile games that you've been talking about?
Well, the more times you can play on national TV, obviously, the more exposure you get, and it shows where our program's coming. From coming from the Southland Conference, which I thought was a great conference, and not trying to say anything, but we're at a high level league right now, and everything that we can do to get as much exposure as we can, it helps in everything, not only from your alumni and your fan base, but to recruiting and things of that nature. So, and it's always good for the young guys, the young men to play, let their families see as much as they can. So, every time you can get even a regional game or national game, it's important to our program, and I think it shows where our program's going, or our university and our athletic department's going.
So the 8 back and the 7 newcomers, kind of split right down the middle. Are you going to lean on those returners heavy, or the new guys going to get in there quick?
The new guys are going to have to get in there quick, but I'm obviously relying on the veterans as well. The guys that have been here, they know what I expect, not only in practice but on and off the floor. And the new guys are going to have to come in and respect what they have to say instead of just listen to what Coach Thompson has to say. So we're going to rely heavily on the guys coming back, but for us to be as successful as we want to be, those newcomers are going to have to step it. Some of the newcomers are going to have to step it up as well.
Coach, what have been the lessons learned from you just in, going through Conference USA for the first few seasons that you've guided this program from the Southland to the WAC and now into Conference USA for the last couple of years? What have you learned about this new league and the challenges that it presents?
Well, it's really tough to win every night. There's no doubt about that. You got to be on your A game no matter where you go. It doesn't matter the standings. It doesn't matter what city you're in, how far you had to travel. If you don't play your A game, you're not going to win. And I think you have to play as well as you can. I think that in this league, I think there's very good athletic players, obviously. We all know that. But I think the coaching is tremendous in this league. And I'm not speaking of myself. And I think that our opposing coaches are all veteran coaches that have been in some really good areas in the country and coaching areas. So they know what they're doing. And there's good players, and the travel is a little bit different than what we're used to, but it's nothing bad. I think it's a great league, and we're excited to be a part of it. There's no doubt about it. But what I've learned is there's no days off, and that means preparing every single day, not just the game night. You have to be on your toes every night.
Is it building up, Coach, to the point where you think we could see another an at-large NCAA team come out of this conference here?
I'm hoping so. I know that's the goal of the league, especially the league office. I know that's their goals, and obviously from coaches, we want as many teams in the NCAA tournament as well. And I think we're trying to formulate our schedules, from top to bottom to get the strongest RPIs we can, and just stay at the highest level we can to get an at-large bid. And I definitely know that that's the goals of what we're trying to do.
Coach was saying that he's going to have to throw some of these newcomers into the fire right away.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel like the new guys on the team are doing to this point? How do you feel about the prospect of a lot of these newcomers are going to get some minutes?
Yeah. I definitely feel like the newcomers are ready. Like Coach T said, we're going to rely heavily on our returning players coming back this year, but I think our newcomers are going to be ready, and Coach T's pushed them to their ability. And it's all about what they can bring to the team. And I know a lot of them are going to bring a lot to this team, and that's what we need, considering the schedule we have this year.
For both of you, how have the last couple of weeks of practice gone? Where you feel like this team's at right now?
I feel like it's been great. Honestly, this being my 4th year, I feel like Coach T's never pushed us any harder, knowing the struggles that we're going to have to go through, knowing how few guys we have returning compared to prior years. And I think that just going forward, they prepared us quite well for everything that we're going to be facing.
I agree with Lucas 100%. This definitely has been one of the hardest off seasons we've had and practices we had as a team since I've been here. And I know Coach T is not only doing that because we have newcomers, but like he said, we're getting thrown in the fire, playing Creighton, playing Clemson. Those are high major Division I teams, but I think we'll be ready.
How important is it to you guys to have those really high-profile challenges to start the season?
I think it's really important because leading up to Conference USA, that really helps us to know what type of team we are and what type of team we can be potentially.
Again, I agree with Gino. The thing I focus on most when we face these big and high-name teams is just the depth that they have that we have to be prepared for. Not saying that Conference USA doesn't have that same depth, but it just gets magnified when you're playing a team that literally every single guy can play with your guys, and it just creates a problem that you have to be ready after every single timeout, after every single play. You have to be ready to give your best.
Lucas, can you talk about the onus maybe that you feel on your shoulders to do something special this season and to leave this program in a good place moving forward?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think going into this year, Coach T's really given me a responsibility to be more of a leader, maybe more than last year because we had Kai and Jeremy around. And I think that I really have a pressure on me to perform both on and off the court. One, to perform on the court as in helping us win games, and two, leaving us in a point where our newcomers are ready mentally for each game.
What's your thought on that, Gino?
I agree 100% with Lucas. I think Coach T has put a lot of, not pressure, but a lot of responsibility on Lucas because he is a leader on this team. But he's also put a lot of responsibility on me because he gave me opportunity to earn a scholarship, and he wants me to be a leader. He wants me to run this team, and I think I can do that pretty well.
You know, what about, you've got point guard every point guard in America has a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
But given your situation with this early schedule, specifically you as point guard coming into this early part of the schedule, how are you feeling about, because you're going to see some pretty good ball players right off the bat.
Yeah. I know going into our schedule there's going to be a lot of good guards, and there's a lot of good guards in Conference USA, but over the offseason, I've worked numerous times on my shot and getting stronger and trying to get into the paint. So I know this year I'm definitely better than last year, and I have a better aspect to my game. So I think when I play those high-powered point guards, I'll be ready 100%.